Good morning. At this time, we'll call to order the Board of County Commissioners meeting for Thursday, July 5. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Schaefer?
Here.
Commissioner Allen?
Here.
Commissioner Klicka?
Here.
Commissioner Osterhaus?
Here.
Commissioner Ashcraft?
Here.
And Commissioner Brown?
Here.
And Chairman Eilert?
Aye. Here. We are all present. We do have a quorum. Would you join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you're present, for those who are present and have a noise-making device, we would ask you to turn it to silent mode or off so as not to interfere with our communications. Hope everybody had a nice, safe July 4th holiday. We do not have any presentations to be made this morning, so we'll turn to the public comment portion of our agenda. If there's anyone present who would like to address the commission on an item which does not later appear on the agenda, would invite you to the podium, state your name and address, limit your comments to 5 minutes, and we'll be glad to receive that information. Is there anyone who would like to address the commission? If not, the public comment portion of our agenda is concluded. I do have one note for the record. I will be signing an agreement with the Kansas Department of Health and Environment for outreach, prevention, and early intervention services in the amount of compensation not to exceed $250,000 through June 30, 2019, with option of 3 additional one-year renewals. Concludes notes for the record. Will the clerk please read the proposed consent agenda?
Item number 1, consider approving June 14th, 2018 business session minutes. Item number 2, consider executing a lease amendment with Buckley Properties, a limited liability company, to extend the term 5 years for the Gardner Multi-Service Center at 510 West Main, Gardner, Kansas, for an amount of $39,600 per year. And item number 3, consider authorizing the purchase of 2 dump truck beds, miscellaneous snow removal equipment, and equipment controls from American Equipment Company through competitively solicited cooperative contract number EV2260, City of Kansas City, in an amount not to exceed $140,370.
Thank you. Is there any commissioner who would like to have an item considered separately? Is there anyone present who would like to have an item considered separately? If not, it's back before the commission. The motion is in order. Mr. Osterhaus.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as read.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the consent agenda as presented. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Schaefer?
Aye.
Commissioner Allen?
Aye.
Commissioner Klicka?
Aye.
Commissioner Osterhaus?
Aye.
Commissioner Ashcraft?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
And Chairman Eilert.
Aye. Motion carried. Are there any items on the action agenda?
No, sir.
Okay, that being the case, so we'll move to comments, reports and communications. Ms. Postlock-Ferguson.
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. You have 2 items before you in the manager's memo, and the first one is an activity revenue bond. On July 9th, the City of Shawnee will hold a public hearing to consider the issuance by the city of its federally taxable private activity revenue bonds, AirTex Buildings 4 and 5 project, in the principal amount of approximately $20 million for the benefit of AirTex. And it's granting a tax exemption in the property acquired with the proceeds of the bonds. You'll see the address in there is 4050 Powell and 23115 West 40th Street, and the term is 10 years. And if there's not additional questions, I'll move on to the next item. We have some exciting news about new transit services beginning with 3 trails connecting to Edgerton Express. And if Aaron Otto is in here, I don't see him. I was going to ask him to highlight it. Commissioner Schaefer shared with me that he saw the article in today's paper this morning, and so there's some exciting news about that, and there's information in your packet, and I'll see what questions you may have.
Okay. This this service that you mentioned has been under discussion and authorization for some time, so it was just a matter of when it would be initiated, correct?
Yes, and this service provides 3 morning and 3 afternoon trips to LPKC with buses running every 60 minutes. Also connects with several ATA routes, including the Truce Max. And the 3 Trails portion is in Kansas City, Missouri at Blue Ridge Boulevard and Bannister Road, to give you an idea of the connection there.
Right. Okay, thank you. Questions? All right, any other items?
No, thank you.
Okay. Turning to commission comments, Mr. Schaefer.
Thank you. A number of holiday-related issues occurred last week, and I'm glad everybody's safe and sound. Correct? I thought fireworks were outlawed in some of our cities, but they're not. Okay, so we had a number of things occurring on our street. But anyway, I want to say Happy 4th, and I'll end my comments. Thank you.
Mr. Klicka.
Likewise, Happy 4th to everyone, and while the holiday continues here over the next, through the weekend here, please be safe.
Mr. Ashcraft.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to mention that Sergeant David Williams' services are this morning. He's an Olathe police officer who died suddenly last week due to some post-operative complications. To the best of my ability or best of my knowledge, he and his family were longtime Olathians, Johnson Countyans, and wanted just to offer my condolences to the men and women of the Olathe Police Department and their families.
Thank you. Mr. Allen.
I just got to echo Commissioner Schaefer's comments. Moved into a new neighborhood with a lot of young families, and most fireworks I've seen, so I had a good time.
I think there are at least restrictions in most cities, but Mr. Osterhaus.
I'll echo the comments for the Happy 4th as we continue into the weekend, and thank you to all the neighborhood groups and little parades and barbecues I got invited to. I don't think I've eaten so well in a long time, and of course the Overland Park Star Spangled Spectacular was great. The Elders are on their farewell tour, and they were kind of the headline musical act, so it was good to see them one more time before they end. I believe at the end of the year, I think they're done touring, so thank you.
Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Chairman. In the Big Six, we have one city that has not outlawed fireworks, and that would be Gardner. And we were in Gardner last night for the display at Celebration Park, and they take full advantage of it not being illegal. There was more fun watching the home displays than it was the big display. So I cannot imagine the number of dollars that went up in smoke last night, but it looked like everybody was having a good time, and happy Independence Day.
Okay. Thank you. Very good. Well, next Thursday, July 12th, at 8:30 a.m., we will be having a groundbreaking for the new courthouse, and everyone certainly is invited, but we'll be doing that, again, 8:30 a.m., Thursday the 12th, prior to our commission meeting, and we'll look forward to that. We do have a request for an executive session. Mr. Allen, we are at 9:38. Okay. We do have a PBC meeting, agenda review, and PBC agenda review. So let's try 10:15.
I move the board recess its open meetings and convene an executive session at approximately 10:15 a.m. for a period of 5 minutes for the purpose of receiving the advice of counsel and to preserve attorney-client privilege, and for an additional period of 15 minutes for the purpose of discussing matters of non-elected officials and to protect employee privacy, and to reconvene an open session in this room at approximately 10:35 a.m. or thereafter, as the executive session may end.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the request for the executive session as noted. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Schaefer?
Aye.
Commissioner Allen?
Aye.
Commissioner Klicka?
Aye.
Commissioner Osterhaus?
Aye.
Commissioner Ashcraft?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
And Chairman Eilert.
Aye. Motion carried. So we will continue. We will be in recess from our regular session and we will reconvene for PBC meeting as soon as we can get our equipment working again. So, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, the record will reflect that at 10:35, we reconvened an open session from the executive session, and we need to extend that time period. Mr. Allen?
I move that the board recess its open meeting and convene an executive session at approximately 10:40 a.m. for an additional period of 15 minutes for the purpose of...
10:40?
Let's make it 10:37.
Okay, 10:37, for an additional period of 15 minutes for the purposes of discussing personal matters of non-elected officials and to protect employee privacy, and to reconvene an open session at this room at approximately... It's at 10:52.
40?
37.
52.
Yeah, 10:52 a.m. or there soon thereafter, as the executive session may end.
Second?
Clerk, the motion's been made and seconded. Clerk, call the roll.
Aye.
Commissioner Schaefer? Commissioner Allen? Commissioner Klicka? Commissioner Osterhaus?
Aye.
Commissioner Ashcraft? Commissioner Brown? Chairman Eilert?
Aye. Motion carried. We will reconvene with the executive session.
I just used the second half of it.
Right on time, look at that, right on time.
The record will reflect that 10:52 approximately, we reconvened in open session. We do have a motion to act on. Mr. Klicka.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we place on the agenda for next week a contract between, or an agreement between the Board of County Commissioners and Penny Post Oak to serve as county manager, and forthcoming will be a contract. Thank you.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to place on next week's business agenda an item involving proposed contract with Penny Post Oak Ferguson as county manager for the coming months, as noted in the contract. Any further questions? If not, clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Schaefer.
Aye.
Commissioner Allen. Commissioner Klicka.
Aye.
Commissioner Osterhaus.
Aye.
Commissioner Ashcraft.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Chairman Eilert.
Aye. Motion carried. There are no other business items, so we are adjourned. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Safe.